even better with LDAC. I gotta be real careful with my earbud reviews. When I stack too many back to back to back, I literally stop being able to hear differences. And that would be a shame because true wireless is starting to get much better for offering some fun, practical differences. This is my first spin with some NeoBuds. Edifier sent these over for me to take a listen and share my thoughts. And I'm starting off with one of their top options. These are a lot of earbud for the price. Maybe too much earbud for the price. Bum, bum, bum. That was super corny. There is an incredible amount of tech pouring into the $100 to $150 tier of earbuds, and our expectations should be really high these days. The NeoBuds tick almost all the boxes one would expect. Multiple microphones to improve call quality and provide additional options for active noise cancellation and ambient audio modes. Quick charge with multiple charges in the case. These have a dual hybrid driver design, a balanced arm and a dynamic driver, and they're generally durable and sweat resistant. And as referenced in the title of this video, they recently got an update to include LDAC support for higher quality playback. Now, I don't weight design that heavy in my audio reviews, but generally, I don't like the look of earbuds that have little stalks hanging off of them like you cut the cable. The NeoBuds look is fun for turning these arms into more techie looking panels or blades. They look fine. I don't have to look at myself while wearing headphones. The case aesthetic is probably going to get a few more smiles out of people for this fun light strip. It's like something straight out of 1980s sci-fi. The case is a bit of a chunk, and it remains one of my more consistent criticisms of all true wireless, keeping an extra lump in your pocket. Into some of the technology, connection range is very good. I kind of don't bother testing once I can get to a point where I can leave my phone on one floor of my home and still listen on the second floor. I feel we're in that practical sweet spot where most people should reasonably be covered for range. I also have to throw a solid thumbs up for including so many different ear tip sizes. The arm that goes into your ear is a little fatter, probably because of the balanced arm location in the casing. So folks with the smallest ear canals might find an uncomfortable fit, but most other people should be able to find the right size to fit their needs. I'm always excited when I have a medium large option to choose, instead of trying to make the largest, fattest ear tip work with my ears. The only gadget omission would be wireless charging for the case, which is definitely a concern for some folks. I'm kind of generally fine plugging in a cable. Otherwise, this is all spot on where we should be for this price tier. But of course, these are earbuds, so how do they sound? Out of the box, I didn't love them. Shh. There's some really cool things we can do with audio when we start using multiple drivers, and it's exciting to see more true wireless options playing with different sonic characteristics. Having a dynamic driver and a balanced arm in this shell gives us a little more room to play with tone and attack and decay. The take them out of the box and just pair them to your phone sound profile to my ears is leaning just a bit too hard on a low frequency flavor that starts to sound dull for the hardware that I know is inside these buds. I think it's casually comfy. A lot of folks are just gonna dig a warmer, mellow profile and won't dig much deeper. To really get your money's worth on these buds though, you gotta dig into the companion app. There are numerous tuning, codec, and ANC options, and taking the time to look around, I think the user is significantly rewarded for making that effort. I made tiny adjustments, rolling off just a touch of the low end and nudging up a touch of the mids. Then, and this was a little annoying, then I went and made sure I was actually streaming at the highest LDAC quality, where the buds defaulted to the most stable connection. These adjustments woke up the NeoBuds for me. I got a bit more of that clarity around vocals and distortion. The highs settled in without getting shrill or fatiguing. The bass was still full, but I got just a little bit more of the attack on lows and a little less of the dull decay. I kind of turned them into something a little closer, but a little brighter than some of the soundcore that I've listened to in the past. But the hardware here responds excellently for making those kinds of adjustments. That's maybe my biggest gripe with the NeoBuds. The audio hardware is great. They are a bit techy to get what you want out of them, like the ANC options. You have to get into the app to have access to the higher tier noise cancellation, and the app adds a control bar to your notification shade. I wish there were just better controls on the earbuds to handle those modes and options. There's only double tap and triple tap, so you're a bit limited for what you can control on Bud. You can thankfully customize controls well, but we could really do with at least one more option, like a long press per ear.
And of course, the all-important microphone quality test. We're not going to be calling this a call quality test because, of course, that's totally different once we're sending signals over the internet. But at least from here, on a very still day, there's no wind blowing right now, we can get a sense of what these things are going to do, sending a Bluetooth signal directly to my phone and recording that locally, how well these mics are going to perform.
And I never know where to include gaming and latency in my videos, but there is a dedicated gaming mode on the Edifier that gets us right in line for game audio. LDAC helps significantly, keeping sounds generally in line with gameplay, but if you play anything where the audio cue is critical to the game, then pushing just that little bit faster helps a lot in making the experience more seamless. And on that note, we should probably start wrapping this up. Where does that leave us with the Edifier NeoBuds Pro? There's a lot to like here. It's a charming overall package with a ton of potential, and at a price that continues to redefine this tier. Our expectations sub $200 are getting higher and higher. Better still, just above $100, we can see a company taking their firmware updates seriously. Not just minor adjustments or bug fixes, delivering on their promise to include LDAC so soon after launch is an encouraging sign. Feature-packed is definitely a challenge to deliver in a tiny little case, so I can't claim the NeoBuds are the most effortless earbuds to use, but they get a strong recommendation from me for those folks out there who will take a couple minutes to really dig in and get their money's worth out of their gadget purchases. It's the blessing and the curse of consumer earbuds right now that we are flush with strong options at a variety of price points, and these buds truly are delivering something unique. Standing out of this crowd is a challenge, but we've got some fun players rising to the occasion. I will, of course, leave some links down below for more info on the NeoBuds, where you can shop these puppies online. As always, thanks so much for watching, sharing, subscribing, and supporting the channel. Checking out the links down below, maybe shopping a little merch. Greatly appreciated. That really helps keep production rolling on this channel. You can catch a full list of all my affiliates and partnerships on SomeGadgetGuy.com, or you might consider, just maybe, joining the list of names scrolling by on your screen from my Patreon, patreon.com/SomeGadgetGuy. This list is basically a collection of the coolest tech pals on the planet, so I hope you check them out. You know where you can find me around the rest of the internet, at SomeGadgetGuy on the Twitters and the Twitch, the Facebooks and the Instagrams, and I will catch you all on the next video.